When is the Federal Reserve going to cut interest rates? Well, if you look at the Fed futures, which I advertise to you guys all the time, I advocate for you to take a moment and look at these Fed futures anytime you have that question. The answer, currently speaking, is probably in May. May 1st, 2024. It looks like we are more likely than not going to be getting the first round of interest rate cuts. Does that mean the market's going to explode in value? Probably not. To be completely honest, it's probably going to be the beginning of a giant sell-off. But more on that in just a few minutes. I wanted to give everyone the immediate answer to the name of this live stream because all too often I see people literally just going into it blind, having no idea that this is a tool that exists. So if you simply Google search Fed futures, you will see what the market is expecting the Federal Reserve to do at any given Fed meeting. And the Feds cannot do anything different than what the market is expecting come meeting time, because the entire system is built on top of faith and trust. And if we can't trust and have faith in the Fed to do what we expect them to do, then the entire system crumbles. What's good? Good morning. How is everyone doing? It's Fitness Friday, guys. I'm excited. I'm feeling motivated as hell right now. What's good, Steve the Canadian? What's good, Johnny? Dream? I'm happy to have you guys in here. My cats are trying to play fetch with me pretty aggressively, actually. We have a golden ring that I play with them with. The ring. The ring. They always come over and hand it to me and ask nicely to play fetch with it. So if they come up and bug me, just know they're just waiting for me to toss the toy. Bitcoin fell sharply. Indeed. It had a little bit of a pullback. I know it was like a sharp correction, right? I was looking at it right before I started going live. I saw that it was in the midst of falling off a little baby cliff here. That's a pretty good sized cliff, my guy. That's a pretty decent cliff considering the lack of volatility. A 1% move over the span of 30 minutes is actually pretty substantial. Not substantial in the grand history of Bitcoin, but as far as our current market environments, a 1% move in 30 minutes is pretty large. If you come look at the daily again, which I should come to this chart with all our fancy lines on it, you'll see it's kind of looking like it's not really yet curled over, but it is definitely looking as if it's putting in a lower high, right? So we got the Pico top of the market right when the Bitcoin ETF launched, right as we said it was going to happen. And then it looks like this is the next high, the lower high, for a continuation play, potentially down to retest the lows back here. And I think ultimately break down and come to the $37,000 support area. But we're going to have to wait and see on that one. We're going to have to wait and see because at the same time, it is very possible that Bitcoin just continues to rally. Could go up, could go down. We're just going to have to wait and see. A lot of stuff fell too. Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah, good. Good. Stupid market. Good. Go down, motherfuckers. I've been waiting so long for this to go down a little bit. Bird, please don't hang yourself. Bird. No, Bird, come here. Hold on, I'm sorry guys. He's behind my desk with all the wires, and yesterday my monitors almost fell straight off, and he started freaking out because he had literally put himself in a noose with the wires back there. Yep, he's doing it again. Oh my god. Bird. Stop. Come here. Come here. You're alright. Come here. Come on. He's a little fat boy. Oh. Yeah, tell the camera what you just did, huh? Look at the camera and tell them what you just did. Dumbass. What about DPIN though? What do you mean, what about DPIN? We've been talking about DPIN a lot, Dream. What is that question? What about DPIN? You want me to explain what DPIN is? Cat fight. I got 20 on Fluke. No, he's not even fighting. He's just being a little lard. He's not even trying to fight right now. It's inverted, so it's hard. Look at how fat he is. He's just chilling on the desk with me. He'd just be chilling. Alright, let's go ahead and take a closer look at everything. Why I randomly had 2 people I follow post about it. Because it's a narrative, dude. DPIN's one of the easiest narratives to wrap your head around. And so influencers are going to start promoting DPIN more and more and more because it's like, it's one of those small crypto narratives nobody really paid attention to, except for people who actually understood the severity of it, right? How cool of a sector this is going to be. Decentralized physical infrastructure. We've been talking about it for months at this point. Think about Uber, all right? Think about Uber. What is Uber? Uber is a company who decided to take advantage of the decentralized physical infrastructure that is cars. Everyone has a car. Some people would be willing to utilize their own car to make a little bit of money. It's decentralized physical infrastructure. Everyone has a computer. Some people are willing to allow for the harvesting of some of the data that they generate on the computer in exchange for some amount of money, right? Just like in Uber, you're giving up your time and you're giving up your freedom of where you can drive, when you can drive, all that stuff. Like just with Grass, I'm giving up some of my security on the internet, a little bit of security on the internet in order to farm some data, in order to train large language models. It's decentralized physical infrastructure. You're also seeing, let's go look at HNT, Helium. I think this is Helium, right? Yeah. Nope, Helium's not really doing too well, but Helium is a decentralized physical infrastructure play. Helium, I think, is a really good cryptocurrency. I think this is going to do very, very well into the future here. Is it? Oh, this is the hourly, yeah. I think Helium's going to do great. They're pivoting their entire business model so that you can actually get 5G data on a phone. You can pay $20 a month and have your phone bill covered by generating data on Helium's network. They're paying about $80 a month right now. Did John Cena follow you for heavy lifting tips? You know what's crazy? You know what's fucking crazy? Is that he actually did. He actually did. John Cena, right there. You follow each other. How wild is that? How wild is it? John Cena followed me yesterday. John Cena. Now he follows 719,000 people, so it's like not as cool as it sounds when you actually say it like that. But what the hell? John Cena followed me yesterday. I'm basically made it. No, this tells me one of two things, okay? This tells me one of two things. One, I'm about to go into the WWE. He's coming to recruit me. Two, he knows something I don't know and is deciding that I can be his Make-A-Wish child. Either one, it's kind of concerning. Either he bodies me in a wrestling match or I have something going on with me that I don't know yet. And both are kind of concerning. Let's go ahead and do some math here. There are 300 million people in the United States. Okay, oh, I did it backwards. He follows 719,900 people. There are 300 million people in the United States, which means I am part of the 0.2%. Fuck the 1%, the 0.2%, baby. The 0.2%. No, I think, you know when you follow somebody? I don't actually want to do that to John Cena. I mean, John Cena and I are basically best friends right now. You know when you follow someone and then you get this little recommendation thing of people underneath that pops up that says, hey, do you want to follow these people? I imagine that he just clicked like yes and followed everyone and was just doing that. Because he follows too many people to actually like even use social media. And I know he doesn't actually use social media because he hates it. So it's like, it's still cool as fuck though, dude. John Cena literally followed me. Cena is a data lake maxi. John Cena is a data lake maxi. Rightfully so. Anyone who's got a brain about cryptocurrency is a data lake maxi. Anyone who knows anything about crypto is a data lake maxi. Let's go, data lake. Let's go. Hopefully we find support here. If we can, on data lake's chart here for the daily, okay? Let's see if I can expand this. for the daily on Data Lake's chart, if we can find support here that is higher than the support we found right here, right? So if we come down and bounce before we go back to the lows here at 0.0175, right? That is a higher low, okay? And so that would continue the upward momentum for Data Lake. That would continue things forward. I would be very excited for that one. If we don't and we start moving back down and we go and put in lower lows, then we are still in a downtrend and we have yet to reverse the trend for Data Lake. But this area right here, this entire area, is a pretty large area of contention for Data Lake. Right between 1.5 cents and 2 cents. Anything in there I think is a pretty good, solid opportunity to be scooping up Data Lake. There's a lot of selling pressure. And I don't think it's gonna, truthfully, guys, it's difficult right now. It's very difficult to navigate this market because $13 million market cap for Data Lake, I think is silly low. I think Data Lake will be significantly higher than $13 million 2 years from now. Like significantly higher than $13 million market cap 2 years from now, okay? But I also believe that Bitcoin is going to come down quite a bit here. Bitcoin's going to come down quite a bit here. Where it's going to bottom, I don't know. But when it comes down, it's likely going to drag a majority of the market down with it. And when we come look at the Fed futures, which we talk about so consistently, and the only reason I'm bringing it back up again is because we just had the Fed meeting yesterday, I believe, in which they decided not to lower interest rates, and everyone starts talking about it again as if we didn't already know that was going to be the outcome of it. It's always like every couple weeks we get that same narrative and it's just like, oh my goodness, the Fed futures. But we have to like objectively look at what happens every time they cut interest rates. They only cut interest rates when things are starting to break. We're getting banks failing. Banks are actually starting to fail right now. What was it? It's New York Community Bank. New York Community Bank Corp. Look at that. Look at that. They are about to go under. They're likely about to go under. They're going to either need a bailout or they're going to go under, right? The same type of shit happened back in March of 2023. They're not safe. This bank is not safe. So this was when the bank collapse started happening last year. It was when Silicon Valley Bank went belly up and all that kind of stuff. And then they created a bailout program. That bailout program is ending right now. The next month the bailout program ends and it's no longer there. So it looks like NYCB, that 1 year, did not give it enough time to actually get its shit together. So we're literally at the beginning of a banking collapse. And one thing is going to happen. They're going to bail them all out. They're going to print a lot of money to bail them out. They need to make sure that they shut down inflation beforehand, which they did. They did. I know it's not getting any cheaper, but that's never been the objective. The cost of living is not going to get cheaper. It just continues to get more and more expensive. That's just the reality of it. At no point did anyone say we were going to go back down to the prices we used to be at. We only ever will go up in value. Everything just goes up in price in this type of monetary environment. They're going to print money. They're going to cut rates. They only cut rates when shit starts going belly up. They can't get rid of this entirely. If a bunch of banks start going bankrupt, they cannot just bail everyone out, which means there's going to be an excessive amount of pain. There's going to be mass amounts of layoffs. People are going to lose their jobs. People are going to default on their loans. That's part of a banking collapse, is people defaulting on their loans. Usually speaking, historically speaking, 6 months after they start cutting rates, everything goes down. Generally speaking, 6 months after they start cutting rates, everything goes down in value, okay? So what's coming up next? We got rate cuts. Rate cuts are going to be fun in the long term because it means more money printing, right? MK's got the picture there. Rate cuts in the long term are fun because more money printing. We go over this all the fucking time. I don't understand why people don't, not you guys, just like the general internet. I understand you guys probably understand it, and I'm just speaking to what's that saying when you talk to everyone who already agrees with you? Whatever. it's hard to buy any cryptocurrency knowing what's on the forefront. It's just a matter of we don't know exactly when it's going to happen, you know? We don't know exactly when it's going to happen, and that's just the reality of the situation. We don't know. So what could end up happening is that we continue having this interest rate environment, and they push it back. They don't raise it in March, or they don't cut in March. They don't cut in May. Maybe they don't even cut in May, maybe. You know, maybe they do postpone it even further. Then they start cutting in June. In June is when they start having the first one. That's very possible. That's not unreasonable at all, which gives us another 4 or 5 months of runway. And then we got 6 months after that, which puts us to the end of the year. So all of 2020, we know that a recession is coming. We know it's on the horizon. All of 2024 could end up just being money print, or could end up just being price go up. We could literally have all of 2024, and then it's like, all right, everyone's getting fearful and I'm losing my mind right now over nothing. We could literally just see Bitcoin continue to rally for the rest of 2024. Maybe go touch 100,000. Maybe you guys are right and it only goes to 85,000. And then 2025, we start seeing some difficulties and then we crash, you know? Who the fuck knows? This has not been... Where is everyone this morning? Everyone's taking Friday off. We got 4 concurrent viewers in here. We've been chilling up at like 15. Where'd everyone go? No, I appreciate you guys being here though. It is Friday. It is Fitness Friday. And I am just going on rants right now, you know? Good morning, Sawyer. They're doing their push-ups. You know, it's funny because I don't usually title my live streams like this. Because, like, why would somebody watch me talk about the Fed futures when they could come watch Kevin talk about the Fed futures? Like, he's gonna have way more insight than me, in my opinion. He does this 24/7, literally 24/7. And so, yeah, the Fed just reset rate cuts and punts banking crisis. So it's like everyone already watched these videos. I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. More thoughts though, since I'm going on these rants right now. I want to show you guys what I think is likely to come a little bit later in the year. We'll go to the QQQ. We'll go to the QQQ. Or at least maybe not come later in the year. Maybe not, but this is an election year. 2020 was also an election year. Right around the time that the elections started coming up and we got that uncertainty in the market, the Qs had a 14% pullback, right? Leading into the presidential election. We go back to 2016 election time. Same type of scenario happened. It wasn't as big of a correction, but right around the same time, leading into the actual elections, we had just small volatility in the market, right? Maybe this is just all to be overlooked. Maybe I'm overthinking that, but we had slight pullbacks. Generally speaking, it looks like on election years, right around the time that everyone is going in to vote, we get a period of uncertainty in the market, another 13% correction, because nobody likes not knowing what's going to happen. Apparently back in 2016, everyone knew that Trump was just going to win, so nobody really had concerns in the market because he was viewed as the market go up president. But it is an interesting statistic there. Can we expect that again this cycle? Maybe. Mayhaps. What was Bitcoin last cycle? We had a very slight pullback, which 21% of a pullback in Bitcoin last cycle, last presidential cycle. And then that was like the last area that you could be accumulate. That was actually the last area that you could accumulate Bitcoin and altcoins at reasonable prices. So perhaps the end of this year, if we see around the time of the elections, if we see any pullback in Bitcoin, that might end up being the last zone of accumulation before we just get that parabolic rally. Right now, I think let's go look. Right now, we're technically like right here for in the cycle. Right now, we are right here in the cycle compared to last year or last cycle. So maybe we got this big crash. And, who knows? Probably not. I doubt we'll see that black swan. Let's keep going. What was 2016's cycle? 2016, right around the time of the election, we didn't really see much volatility. Right around the president taking office, we started seeing some volatility, but during the actual like election period, Bitcoin barely fell at all. But that was the same. That was pretty similar if you think about it to the NASDAQ. And then before that, we didn't have Bitcoin. We didn't really have price data on Bitcoin to be looking at, rather. Phase 3 of the bull will start in 80 days or less. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. We got the dotted line here representing the halving. And I've been saying, I think that we'll be probably around the value that we're at right now come the halving. Plus or minus like $5,000. Because what is $5,000 to Bitcoin, you know? And then we enter the pre-euphoria stage, right? This has all been the dip. This has all been the dip. After the halving, we got clear skies to start putting in a higher high. And then after 2024, 2025 is when I think we get that whoosh. We just go crazy wherever we end up going. Can't go that far up on the chart, right? Because I don't think we'll probably go much further than 160, 170. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys want to talk about? I just ranted about my Fed futures stuff and potential outlook for the market, but it's such a macro based. Like nobody really cares about that because I think we're all on the same page that it's going to go up. It's going to go up a good amount. We probably wouldn't be here if we didn't think that. So looking like in on a shorter time frame, where do we think Bitcoin is headed over the next month or two, leading up to the halving? As we close out this final stage of the bull market, not the final stage, but as we close out this stage of the bull market leading into the halving, where do we think Bitcoin is going to head? Let me do a poll. Do we think it will be above or below the current price of Bitcoin? BTC at halving. Above current price. Below current price. Does below have two L's? No, that's bellow. It's hard to say. Damn, I miss my long hair. Is that what it used to look like? Is that what it always looked like? It looks kind of messy. Is that what my hair always looked like, guys? It looks kind of messy right now, too, if I'm being honest. Damn. Yes, it was wild. It was wild. It was a good time though. It was my favorite hairstyle. No, it was this length was too long. That's why I wanted to go in and get it cut down a little bit. But I liked my hair. I liked my long hair a lot. Axon DAO, it appears, for the last couple hours at least, that it has been finding its floor price at $142,000 market cap. I'm tempted to buy some more at this price because that's a silly low market cap for what they've been doing and how many connections and what they're working on. I'm tempted to buy a little bit more. It was slightly 80s rock hairstyle. Oh well. 80s rock, baby. We got 2 votes right now on the poll, but we got 8 people watching. So like, what's good? What are you guys doing? Y'all at work right now? Probably not. I know it's early. I know it's early. did you hear that? Oh. I feel like a new man. That was good. That was good. Let's go through and just look at some of the altcoins in the market right now, because I feel like we haven't been doing that recently. And Dream was saying that most of them started falling off a cliff. So let me pull up altcoins over to the side here. We'll go to CoinMarketCap. Work for 1.5 hours now. Goddamn, Sawyer. Sending out a bid, my bad. You're good, Landon. Work for 1.5 hours. Goddamn, Sawyer. You get there early as hell. Getting there early as hell. Let's see. Right there. All right, so today, Bitcoin is still up over the last 24 hours. So that's a rolling 24 hours. We got Ethereum up a little bit, Tether. Let's see what the top movers for the 24 hours are. We got Pyth. How many of you guys are in Pyth? I know it was talked about a lot not that long ago. OKX. Pyth, oh my god, look at that volatility. 18% on a candle wick. 18% on a candle wick. That is a 1 minute move. Holy shit. And it's not like it's that small of a market cap either. It's almost $1 billion. 7 a.m. Central Standard. Interviews in a bit, just reviewing candidates. Let's go. Should I pretend to go through an interview right now? Should I pretend to go through an interview with you, Sawyer? Why you should hire that investor for the role without even me knowing what the role is. Because I guarantee I will work hard, my man. So Pyth is brand new. I don't actually know what Pyth does. I just know a lot of people were talking about it. I know that it attracted a lot of people's attention. And it's a pretty big market cap already. It's sitting at that 742,000. It still doesn't change the fact that it's putting in work right now. It's putting in absolute work. What else we got? What else we got? We got Pendle. Let's go in on a quicker time frame, smaller. Just a lot of volatility. I would be very cautious trading anything like this right now. Pendle. Pendle has almost no volatility. It has just been going up. It seems like it's kind of flatlined a little bit here, but up 12% on the day. That's nice. That's very nice. Look at Chainlink, baby. Chainlink. How many Link Marines we got in here? How many Link Marines? We got Chainlink. Chainlink is one that I think is going to do crazy work this bull market. Chainlink, it's finally starting to break out a little bit. Finally. We were talking about it back here. I thought the breakout was coming back here, but it didn't. It had another dip before it started breaking out a little bit. Do you guys remember why I thought Chainlink might be popping off a little bit? It's about time. Chainlink was actually, I think the first, not even I think, Chainlink was the first cryptocurrency that I bought into. You don't want me to scroll on your website? You'll... It was right here. So the Grayscale trust for Chainlink started popping off. So when I saw this happen, when Grayscale, meaning that traditional financial people, the stock market was willing to buy Chainlink at a premium that was multiple times the actual value of Chainlink at the time. That told me that Chainlink was likely about to start ripping. Like, it's been trading above the whole time, but still at a reasonable amount, right? A standardized premium. Then all of a sudden, that premium exploded, telling me that people started seeing the actual value in Chainlink, and then presumably people would actually start buying up the real asset that is Chainlink. I think they still are. I think that we're probably headed up to that $15 or $16 billion mark for Chainlink, right around the previous highs back here. Right? I think that's where we're headed right now. I think that's like a solid bet. A 50% increase in Chainlink's value. I think that's like a slam dunk of a trade. IMO. What else we got? Why do they keep resetting every time? Immutable X is doing good. Oasis Network's doing good today. Avalanche. I tried to say AVAX, but then I said Avalanche. ICP's up 5.8%. Let's go. Akash Network, AKT. I hear people talking about that a lot. Celestia just does not stop. Celestia just does not stop. It just keeps going. Let's go. Stacks is doing well too. Let's see what's on the lowest end. We got Sats. Sats is going down, unfortunately. FTT. Let's go. Go into the ground, FTT. Your market cap being $621 million is actually stupid as hell. Actually stupid as hell. We got Ordi. We got Helium down. Manta. We got Render, Chills, Sui. Bonk. Bonk people are probably rotating into that pork shit. Have you guys seen pork? It got a huge push over on social media today. Ugh. I want to buy so badly, but every bone in my body is telling me to sit in cash right now. I'm getting like very bad FOMO in this market, and every single inclination that I have is telling me to hold cash. And I'm glad it's already in cash, because I probably wouldn't be selling. I would not be selling anything right now at all. In this current market, I would not be selling anything. So I'm kind of glad that a lot of it is cash. I just feel too cash heavy, and I'm like uncomfortable having that much. Like when I go back to CoinMarketCap and see the actual portfolio, like it's gonna diminish a lot of my gains. It's gonna diminish a lot of my returns having that much cash. But it's like in this given market right now, I feel like cash just makes the most sense. Also, I'm not diversified at all. What's Chlor doing today? Chlor's up 10%. Should have scooped it. Should have scooped it. It's still pretty low. It's still very low, actually. And it's built out its support. I think Chlor's going to do well. I think Chlor's going to do really well. Bitcoin's struggling to get above the 50 EMA. Sometimes the hardest thing to do is wait. I know, I just feel like... I know, it is literally the hardest thing to do. I've been waiting for so long. You guys have seen it. The portfolio has not really changed much at all. It's low-key underperforming Bitcoin right now, which is big sad. Big sad. The portfolio has not changed at all in what feels like months. I know it's just been a couple weeks, but it feels like months. I just haven't been doing much activity at all. But that's right. I don't really have anything else that I want to talk about with you guys, if I'm being honest. I feel like I don't really... It's Fitness Friday, guys, so... Like, do something to make yourself fit. Invest in yourself. There's no reason to collect all this XP points if you're not going to invest in yourself. The Federal Reserve will cut rates when the Federal Reserve cuts rates. When they start cutting rates, you got to pay attention. Because it's going to impact the market drastically. It's going to cause the yield curve to uninvert, and then we're going to see a large-scale correction as unemployment starts ticking up and jobless claims start ticking up. But that's historically been the best possible time to buy as much as you can. I don't think I will not remain cash heavy until that time comes, because that's still probably, that could end up being a full year away before that actually starts taking place. So just keep your finger on the trigger. I don't know. I'm gonna go do some push-ups and sit-ups and stuff. Get ready for my day. I got a lot of things to take care of today. But if you guys have any questions, I will remain live for a few more minutes and then probably call it early today. I gotta go continue playing fetch with the cats. No, I'm just kidding. That's not actually what I have to work on. I have to work on blocks. It's push time. We're doing the testing for blocks very, very soon. Nico, thoughts on ValleyDAO? I'm a big fan of ValleyDAO. I actually had their stuff pulled up. I was trying to find their treasury this morning, because I wanted to go over some of the treasuries, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it before I had to go live. Damn, look at that. They only need 3 out of 6 signatures. You could get a 50% attack on their treasury. ValleyDAO uses a Genosis Save multisig with 6 trusted signers with the following addresses. Albert, Dan. Albert we did the interview with. On my channel here. I have assessed the treasury in the past, but we got the interview with Albert right here. So he is, oh my god. The UN decided to give me a flag on my video for climate change. Fuck off. Go fuck yourself. This video has more information in it than all of the fucking resource that's going to be put on this. Go fuck yourself. Climate change refers to long-term shift in temperatures, weather, and patterns mainly caused by human activities, especially burning of fossil fuels. How much of the atmosphere do you guys think is carbon dioxide? You know what? No, I'm not getting into that right now. Go fuck yourself, YouTube. Not YouTube, guys. Oh, I forgot I was on YouTube. Shit. ValleyDAO. So, Albert, Dan, Hamza, Paul, Morgan, and Vincent. Vincent, we've had a conversation with. Albert, we've had a conversation with. I've not met these other 4 people. But let's go hack Albert and Vincent and then Paul and give ourselves all of the treasury. I freaking love fossil fuels, which are not made by fossils, but we all go with that. It's not made by fossils at all. There's actually, we have theories for what they come from, but fossil fuels are not made from fossils. It's literally a massive psyop that they're still continuing. That we know that explicitly, and they still continue to call it fossil fuels. I'm not saying that climate is not changing. I don't want you guys to think that I'm a conspiracy theorist in that regard. The climate is 100% changing. The climate always changes, and I'm sure humans are not helping with that at all. Those things I think we can all agree on explicitly. The question is, how much of an impact are we having? But I'm not interested in having another flag on one of my videos, because that instantly kills any exposure that video is going to get. It's wild that they're going to do shit like that. Like, the resources that I tagged are going to be more educational. Going to ValleyDAO's website, the best resource about learning about DeSci, besides my channel, of course. Going to ValleyDAO and seeing some of the resources that they've put out, welcome to ValleyDAO. They will actually teach you what is important to understand about all of this information right here on this link. This is more valuable than anything that they're going to tag on YouTube. This might actually lead me to the treasury now that I'm thinking about it. Oh no, it's the delegated voting. Get out of here. It's interesting. I'll end it off on this, because this is a proposition that I've made in a previous video, but I'm not sure that many people have seen it. So we'll do this, because this is the easiest one to see. Okay, I guess not. Why are they fucking hiding the treasuries all of a sudden? There we go. I don't mean to get so explicit, but I'm getting annoyed with how not friendly the searches have been recently. So VitaDAO has a market cap of $26 million. Okay. VitaDAO's treasury has $15 million in it, which means currently speaking, VitaDAO trades at a premium of roughly 2 times what's in its treasury. Go take that information and look at what other DAOs are trading at as far as premiums. Go look at other DAOs and see how they trade at for a premium on top of how much money is in there. And then use it to assess kind of where the value might be. You have to understand, though, that they are going to hold a good chunk of the tokens. And so you can't really make a reliable valuation model off of something using the token as the thing that you're valuing, you know? I can't say like, yeah, you can't make a model to tell you the value of something when it's derived off of the value of that thing. That's why I think it's ludicrous when people say that like Bitcoin's value can be derived based off of the miner's revenue. That's stupid because the miner's revenue is derived off of the value of Bitcoin. So you can't like you can't do that. They can't overlap like that. They have to be derived off of different things like that. Dry land is not a myth. I've seen it. Dry land. Yeah, but it's an interesting thing, right? $15 million treasury and a $26 million market cap. So it's trading at almost 2 times the treasury. And back here, it was trading at like 3 times the treasury, which is interesting. Just food for thought, guys. Just food for thought. I wish I could go find all of the treasuries, but not all of the treasuries apparently want to be readily available. Probably in their Discord. But yeah, your time is your most valuable thing, valuable asset. Hopefully this was a worthwhile live stream. It is Fitness Friday, so I expect each and every one of you guys to take care of yourself and invest in yourself today. It's not a hard thing to do. 10 minutes of exercise to prolong your life. You better fucking do it. I'll see you guys in the Discord.